So, not very well, but we are going to do it. I've just been looking at the bottom of the championship actually. So, we've got at the minute we've got Plymouth at the bottom on 19 points. We've got in 23rd Hull City on 23rd on 22 points, and then we've got Portsmouth in 22nd on 23 points. Now, you have to take into account the next one, which is Cardiff. Cardiff are in 22nd on 24 points. Now, as soon as you get to that point, Cardiff, you're looking up and thinking Luton are 2 points ahead on 26 points in 20th. You can't see those going down, not realistically, but they could do. You look at Stoke and you think, and you're sort of thinking, it's not likely, is it? But they do keep dropping into that danger zone, don't they? And so it's possible. Oxford, another possible, but not likely at the moment, not looking likely at the minute. And then above those, you've got Derby, Coventry, Preston, and QPR. And you're thinking that the only ones likely to do anything stupid and drop like Reading did or like Huddersfield did. Other teams like QPR, we know they can and have done it in the past, but then they've rocketed straight back up. Preston could do it, but they're too consistent for me. Coventry do drop. They do long runs of bad results, but they've had that long run. I can't see them doing another one. So when I look at the league, the league at the minute, the championship, I sort of think, well, you've got Plymouth, you've got the bottom four, Cardiff, Portsmouth, Hull, and Plymouth, who are rooted to the bottom. And yes, they can absolutely, any of them can go on a run and get out of it because apart from that gap between Luton in 20th and Cardiff in 21st, there's a pretty level playing field above and below it. So as long as you can get above that gap, which seems to be just pulling apart a little bit now, you can get out of it. But if one of those four get out of it, you're left with the bottom three, which is what happened when my team Rotherham were down there. We basically had a bottom three, and that was it. Come Easter, it was obvious who was going down. It's just a case of in which order are they going down rather than anything else. So I think we're starting to see the remnants of who's going to be in that bottom eight. We will look. We had Reading first at Christmas, didn't we? One year, and they ended up in the bottom six. So absolutely, it's not. You can't take anything. You've got to take every person's comments with a dose of salt, haven't you? Hello, Roy. Not very well, but I have decided to go live. I am absolutely shocking. I've had a really bad bout of flu, and I am not very well at all. So you just you just keep me on in the background, Roy, and ignore. I don't want to get you into trouble at work. Still at work, just to say welcome back, Lee Gregory. Up the Stags. Happy New Year, John. Thank you very much. I'm watching it and I'm thinking, I know I feel shit, but if I'm going to sit here watching it, I might as well go live. I mean, nobody's going to listen to me because I can't speak too much because I've got a bit of a bad throat. But I can sure as hell put on a bit of a show, and we can go through a few of the games. So we'll be doing a couple. I'm just going to see if I can get one of the games up. Actually, I bet on that one, so we'll try and get that one up. So I'm going to try and get the Leeds game up. I'm going to try and get the Leeds game up. Let's see if we can hear that one. But yeah, it's not. Come on, play me the Leeds game. I know one place I can get it. The funny thing about Bet365 is if you try and use it, it's got massive problems with its systems don't always allow you to play the play the video and get the noise. So unfortunately, it doesn't always work. But I know that the app does. The app does on this phone. So it's we've had a red card at Cardiff. Cardiff have had a red card, and that's allowed. That must have allowed Coventry back in, because it's now Cardiff 1, Coventry 1. So Cardiff really don't need. They're not in a position to be doing silly things like that. But yeah, Cardiff 1, Coventry 1, and it's 10-man Cardiff now. So that's not what they needed.
Maybe get as many instructions and nearly just selling mentally a little bit short.
The leads on that. So you enjoy yourself, Roy. Keep me on and have a quick listen in the background. Why not? I don't mind.
Into a second change. The only
put the earbuds in so your boss doesn't know.
Using that change at half time, they still have 3 blocks of pauses for changes.
So we are live for the first time in about a week. About a week, I think it is. Let's have a look at this game.
Well, they've got another. They got their fullback on the bench in Smith. Not that they've seen much of him, and not that they want to be making defensive changes either. Bogler's done well in his attacking duties.
What we got?
But again, he's another one he's not really a defender. They let attack.
So Sakamoto scored, and then Robinson had a red card
his feet caught in the turf. And I revert back to what I said before. They've got one of the Wisp players, but they're playing on a bottom.
Crikey, we're at the front as well. That's not a good idea.
Those kind of guys.
So
it's not like you want cars out there. You want stronger physical guys on the bottom pitch. I've always felt
that's a nasty one for Cardiff to lose. Not a very good idea. However, that's what's happened. It's Burnley 0, Stoke City 0, Cardiff 10-man Cardiff 1, Coventry 1, and that actually is going to put.
The ball's always having to pass around, so Leeds will have to.
That's going to put Cardiff in quite a bit of trouble now, because if you look at the table, as long as it's actually a little. Yeah, Cardiff are now 23rd and in the relegation zone on 22 points. Moreover, Hull City are in. Hull City are now in 22nd. So what's happened to Hull City?
Smith's on there, I think won't be me, wouldn't it? But no, Jonte runs on, and that must make a reshuffle. I would have thought. It's weird because then the other thing is Rodon.
I'm trying to see why is Portsmouth gone up 2 positions?
Be more natural, I guess. But,
Hull City
I don't know.
See, Hull City
very attack-minded change, but whether that's
strange, isn't it? Hull City, where's Hull City playing?
Only time will tell. Bogle's
see, Hull City's playing tonight. That's a strange one. So yeah, we've now got Portsmouth out of the relegation zone. Once again, 2-0 to Portsmouth. The first goal came on 22nd minutes from Josh Murphy. And then Paddy Lane. My God. Still scoring. 29 minutes. And they seem to have sat back now and just keeping up with it. Sheffield Wednesday scored early on against Derby, and they seem to be able to keep that one. West Brom 3, Preston 0, and West Brom realistically.
I don't know, maybe somebody's got a knock or something, but that's the first one, Bogle and Ampadu.
Just using it's 50-50 on possession, so they're actually just using possession better, and they're keeping the ball more. And and they are passing
but
it
then
more.
if you take off Solomon having a good
They're
game,
just keeping
James
the
got
ball
pace.
when they've got
Maybe
it
Aronson
or for
don't know,
longer
but,
periods.
I think maybe tactically they were having
Barnsley
a few different
2,
thoughts then, but
Wrexham
they seem to
0.
have sorted themselves out.
And
So
we'll
Dunster,
go
that's
into
Dunster.
League
He's
One
gone
now.
back to the bench, into the
We'll
dugout,
just
still fully
move
kitted,
into
so
League
Sean
One.
will try and stay as warm and as best
So
he can
Barnsley
be ready to
2,
go.
Wrexham
He's
0.
called upon in the second half. You'd like to think that is a possibility.
Wrexham are now
I don't know, maybe
third
if it was just because
with
of falls in play and
48
the
points,
two left
equal
back
with
take advantage of it,
Wickham,
substitute on it. Would be
second
a winning
in
opportunity for them
with
to come on.
48,
That's Johnson,
and Birmingham are
James,
first
Solomon
with
have had
52.
good games. It's just Blackburn have done well defensively.
Barnsley
On
with
ball
this
with
win
Paul
stay in
James,
sixth with
on
39
so
points,
quickly for the lineup,
just
Ollie,
above
has been a double
Stockport County,
substitution, one at half-time.
and they will be
First few minutes of the second half, Oval off.
no doubt looking over their shoulder at Leyton Orient, and Leyton Orient are winning 2-1 away at Bristol Rovers. Bristol Rovers, they're getting a goal to bring that back from 2-0 to 2-1. Burton Albion have now been pegged back a little bit. It's 2-1 to Burton Albion.
In the first half,
It's Cambridge 1, Reading 2.
Britton, Bath, Heim, and Beck as your back four. Start and Cardi Baker in the middle.
And I need to know there whether Reading actually went. No, Reading didn't go 2-0 up. That's annoying. If Reading had gone 2-0 up, I'd have got that bet. But they didn't go 2-0 up. So,
damn. At the end of this game,
so that's that one.
I don't think so. I don't think the changes are enforced. They want to make those changes.
It's Lincoln City
but anyway, in the breakthrough,
Anson
into the box.
It looks a pretty dire game.
Back into the
really
box.
does. Mansfield 2, Bolton 1. Bolton coming back into it there. And then Northampton 0 and Stevenage 0. And that also looks a pretty dire game.
Yeah, he does hold his head, but did he really get caught there?
Stevenage have had 0 shots.
A bit of time. Again, Aronson moves it into the box.
Turn that down a bit. I mean, Stevenage have had 0 shots on target. Northampton have had 3 shots on target, so yeah, they are actually playing the better football at the minute. Northampton. That I can't see that happening for very much longer because Stevenage are starting to ramp up the percentage, possession, and they're already on nearly 60%. But they just can't get shots on target. We're listening actually to the Leeds game. Leeds 0, Blackburn 0. And I've got a bet on Leeds winning this one. So hopefully we can get this one because all the others. I've got a bet on tonight's game. However, all the others are now winning, except for Leeds. So I'm just sort of crossing my fingers in. Stockport 0, Birmingham 1. Wickham 0, Exeter 0. Actually, there's another game that's not scored yet that I've bet on. It's a combination with Wickham winning against Exeter. And at the minute, Exeter were actually ahead. Were really on top of this game in the first half. Wickham has started to turn it over. They're not quite ahead yet on technically. They're still technically behind, and Exeter are still pushing to hold the wave back, if you like. They're expecting. It's almost like they're expecting an onslaught, but they're not quite getting it yet. And Exeter are just holding back. No, we're holding them back. The guy sat there with his finger in the hole in the dike. I'm holding it back. It's not coming yet. But that's what's happening down there. Boateng, Kilgore. I lose it to Santos for Bolton, and Bolton are in their own half now. I know he's listening, so as long as he might. I think he's disappeared. Just for Roy, we'll do 5 minutes of Mansfield. Mansfield 2, Bolton 1 as Mansfield attack down the left-hand side. Cross it to the right-hand side with Kilgore. Bowry. Oh, Bowry tries lobbing it to the left-hand side, loses it. It then gets crossed back, but then they lose it to Mansfield. And then they try passing it into the middle with Kilgore, but Lolos grabs it for Bolton. And he's actually going to keep the ball rather than trying passing it. And he passes it into the far left-hand corner, crosses it right across the Mansfield Town goal. And Asai Tutu gets it for Bolton, crosses it in and cross out. It's kicked out by a Mansfield Town defender, but only as far as a white shirt who then kicks it back in. And Kilgore, will try and clear that one for Mansfield. And it gets kicked back in and crossed from the left-hand side for Bolton anyway. And Pym will get to that one first. So 62 minutes, and it's Pym sort of kicks it out to Oshilaya. Kilgore loses it by wellying it into the Bolton area. But actually, Bolton kick it out for a dangerous Mansfield throw. We'll watch the dangerous Mansfield throw as Mansfield make another substitution.
It's a manager who gets the best out of his team, and they're really well organised. Everybody's chasing out, everybody's working.
Leeds United still 0-0 with Blackburn as Leeds build from Meslier at the back.
And they just never rested. You've got to work your socks off. And even then, you might not get anything. But
Leeds United have a throw in. We're still with a substitution for Mansfield, to be quite honest. So that's up there.
And they're really forcing Leeds to be honest here. And for the game, it's making it a real arm wrestle and very tight.
So at the minute, we have Leeds 0, Blackburn 0, Mansfield 2, Bolton 0 is now Bolton 1 is now started. Lewis Wing, tries crossing it, but Johnson kicks it straight out for a Mansfield throw in, and they try doing it quickly, but Johnston they give it straight away to Bolton, and that was really bad. It was a really well positioned throw in, and that they could have long balled that one into the box, but a fair few times Mansfield don't do that. They do it short, and they did it short, and Johnston tries to control it. They give it to him, tries to control it, and he kicks it back out again. Can they do anything now from this? Long into the box, and it gets kicked straight out to the far side by Bolton. And they cross it back across their own goal with Johnston. And Bolton, this is dangerous play by Bolton. They should have just kept it on the right hand side and just get it up there, but they didn't. Crossed it in front of the net and then back up towards the opposite side, back up down the middle, and cross to Jones on the right. It's looking a little bit. It's looking a little bit hit and miss for when I look at the Bolton attack here. It's not quite doing what I'm expecting. It's they're playing a game of it's almost like my mate, the ones that play well together are indeed playing well together, tapping it between each other, almost like a little training ground exercise, whereas that might not be the best of places to be doing it. A Tutu, for instance, he played for Rotherham pretty poorly. He sort of sat pretty much where he's supposed to be playing, and he's up there on that sort of halfway line, waiting for the ball to get to him. And Bolton have got this side. Again, he gets it, and he moves into the far left-hand corner for Bolton. and Desire Tutu can try and pull that back, but he's just not in. Gets for a corner to Bolton, so he manages to win a corner there, Desire Tutu. He's very good at doing things like that, and he seems to certainly for Rotherham, he'd pull the ball up and he'd hold it on the line, waiting for a defender to come and kick it straight back out and get a corner. They kick it in, but it's straight to the Mansfield Town goalkeeper. So Bolton are making another substitution as we move away. 67 minutes now at Mansfield. It's Wycombe 1, Exeter 0.
Anyway, 0-0.
We could do with Leeds United scoring here for me. We've got all the other teams now are winning for me. Hopefully Reading are still winning. Yeah, 2-1. Cambridge 1, Reading 2. It's not looking too good for me at Leeds United. I could do with Leeds United scoring here, and then I'd be I'd be having to think about, do I do a quick cash out, because tonight's game I've put Borough to win Hull. Maybe a bit of a push, that, it's a little bit iffy. Hull City can be a bit of a bit difficult to turn over at times. Leighton Orient now 3-1 up against Bristol Rovers. Bristol Rovers 1, Orient 3. Let's go into the Championship. Burnley 0, Stoke City 0. 10-man Cardiff 1, Coventry 1.
Again, Harrison playing in between the
Leeds United 0, Blackburn 0. And at the minute, 30 minutes to go, roughly. And it looks like that could be a sticking point for me, because it's not looking too good. Let's have a look at my bet. We've got Leeds United still 0-0. We've got that as a Leeds win. West Brom's already paid out for me. That's a West Brom win. Middlesbrough tonight. Wycombe are winning. Reading are winning. And I had to avoid one, Charlton. Unfortunately, Charlton got cancelled after I'd made the bet. So unfortunately, that's that. I've got a cash out of £2.39. I only put £1 on, so that's not bad, is it? Not bad at all. It's worth sticking with at the minute, but Leeds United's the one I wanted to win there. Any more? Sheffield Wednesday 3. Oh, and as I say that, it's Sheffield Wednesday 3, Derby County 1. Oh dear. So we had 2 goals at Hillsborough, 1 in each direction. Sheffield Wednesday 3, Derby County 1. Portsmouth 3, Swansea 0. I'm sure which I can't remember where the timeline was there. Yeah, they scored 61 minutes, so not so long ago. Who scored for Portsmouth? 61 minutes. Tola. All right, a header from Tola. So that's not one of their usual scorers. So Portsmouth, about 10 minutes ago. 8 minutes ago, scored a 3rd goal. It looks like Portsmouth now are going to be lifting off that bottom, staying off the bottom of the league. I wouldn't be surprised if Leeds United. No, just couldn't do it there. I thought Leeds were going to score then, and so did the betting company. They removed all the odds, and it was like, but no, it's Leeds just pulling back, and they nearly got in there, but they just couldn't do it.
Thought it was a foul, but anyway, the fans down the far side didn't think so.
Well, that was it. They took it off thinking it was going to be a foul and a dangerous free kick for Leeds, but it didn't come to fruition. A Struijk goes down the middle for Leeds. Rodon down the right to James, back to Aronson. Aronson now right on the edge of the box because it taps it back to Tanaka. Right to Ampadu, back to James, crosses it in, but Bat is there to gather that one, kick it out, and only gives it as far as Rodon. Taps it back to Struijk, and Rodon give a 1-2 together. Yeah, it's very much Leeds at the minute, but they're not finding a way through this Blackburn back line just yet. Burnley 0, Stoke 0, 10-man Cardiff 0. Let's have a look at that one. We're going to have a look at that one. Here we go. So Cardiff 1, Cardiff 1, Coventry 1. Look at the timeline, shall we? 12 corners in that so far. A huge number in the second. How many? My God, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My God, 5. 5 corners in the last 20 minutes. Sakamoto scored the second goal for scored the second goal there to bring Coventry back into it. We're still looking for a Leeds United winner. We're still looking for a goal, in fact.
And it goes across absolutely everyone, just begging for someone.
Straight across the line by Leeds United, and it trickles all the way across the line. Everyone's going, who's going to hit it? Who's going to hit it? No, nobody hits it. It goes straight out the other side. And we say Blackburn have had the run of the green. In this one, Leeds have not had the run of the green. And it's just not been their day. Just not been their day, I'm afraid. My question is, how long do I leave it before doing a cash out? Because I was on a good cash out there, and it would be a shame to miss it. But it's £25 winner if I could get it. Oh, and it's a goal at Luton Town. It's Luton Town 0, Norwich 1. And that's going to put the kibosh at the bottom, isn't it? My God, what's that going to make at the bottom of the league? We were talking about Luton being 4 points ahead, just enough ahead of the relegation zone to just stay out of it. Well, they've just lost a point there at home to Norwich City. Norwich City are now 1-0 leading at away at Luton Town.
Maybe Aronson drops in with Tanaka, Nonto is just forward on the left-hand side. Then it's just
Barnsley 2, Wrexham 0. Blackpool are now Blackpool 1, Shrewsbury 0.
It's been a goal against Norwich. And it's,
Bristol Rovers 1, Leyton Orient 3 still. Burton Albion Burton Albion 2, Peterborough 1. Cambridge 1, Reading 2. But Cambridge are at home, and this is one of the things that bugs me. I'm thinking I've got to bet on Reading winning this, but I thought they'd win it by a little bit more margin than this. And Cambridge are at home. They're darn dangerous in the last few minutes at home, are Cambridge, as Leeds United just not doing very well here. It's almost evens, apparently, that whether Leeds score. Will Leeds score? If it is, it's going to be Leeds, apparently, allegedly, by the betting office. That's sort of 50-50. If we played this game twice, then these last 20 minutes would get a Leeds goal. Mansfield 2, Bolton 0. Rotherham United are drawing 0-0 away at Lincoln City. Stevenage 0-0 away at Northampton. Stockport 0, Birmingham 1, and Wycombe 1, Exeter 0.
Ball pinging around in the box. Now Dolan on the counter attack.
I don't want to watch Rotherham. It's crap. Mansfield try sneaking it down the left, but they can't control it, and it gets out for a Bolton throw-in on the halfway line. Mansfield there trying to just work that one down there. No, Bolton with Bolton. Bolton try and work it down the right. Pull it into the middle. Oh, Johnson down to a 2-2 down on the left, but passes it back to Johnston. Santos. McLaughlin quickly taps that one out for a Bolton throw-in.
Standing leg of the taker goes as he hits the ball, and that was a real waste. Blackburn always looked organised and pretty good the first half. They looked tired. And
Mansfield get a yellow card.
Yeah, I think that's been there on the problem.
Bat now. Danny Bat for Blackburn loses it to Tanaka. Let's just see what happens in the next 5 minutes. I'll make a decision on whether I'm going to cash out on my Leeds money here, because it's going to be a little bit dangerous. I've got Cambridge biting at the bit at home to Reading, and at the minute it's going the right way for me, but Leeds United isn't, and this could be one of those games that we just lose everything right at the last minute. Blackburn are on the attack now, and it shoots and it's on target. Messer tips it out, and we nearly had Blackburn in the lead there, and as Mansfield Town try and defend now, and Blake Tracy manages to get it in defence, kicks it out as far as he can, but just that halfway line, and Bolton can have a throw in short to Matet. Johnston in the middle. Across, Daz tries threading it through the middle, but Kalgoor kicks that one out, and that one goes out for a throw-in to Bolton in their own half, this time on the left-hand side for Bolton. Bolton can try and bring that forward. As Bamford has a shot, but it's off target. Comes back off the defender. Wanley's tracker, Bamford, back to forward to James. Santos now for Bolton. Bolton are trying to build from the back, I think, at the minute. Is that a good idea against Mansfield? Well, they can play some damn good football, can Mansfield, especially if you're going to play it along the back. And Mansfield grab it, and if the Bolton managed to get it back with Matet, and I tell you what, I was dangerously close to a start of a move for Mansfield there, and it was right in the final third as well. They lose it in the wrong area, do Bolton, and again they play it along the back, and they've nearly lost it there, and they do the same again and try and build from the back. They go to the midfield and lose it, and again Matet gets it back. This guy Matet for Bolton is being a pain in the neck. And I'm looking at this. I don't want to take it further than 79 minutes with the Leeds game. I'll make a decision on 79 minutes. We're on 75 and a half. I really want Leeds United to take the lead here, but Leeds United it's 0-0, and at the minute there's no sign of any goal at all. 75 minutes and 49 seconds. They're a good fight. They're 5 minutes behind the Mansfield game, which is on 81 minutes. As Bowley goes down the middle, Aronson has a shot off target for Leeds. They're just not. There's no.
Dolan's back with him, but he steps inside him into the box. He goes, chance for a strike. Oh, and he blazed that one over.
Blazes it over, yeah, exactly. There's no carefulness with the shot. We're getting panicky and we're going to shoot. And that's my worry with Leeds today. They're just panicking and belting the ball. So Bolton have got that one back. So we'll move away from the Mansfield game. It doesn't look like there's going to be too much in that game. Stockport have equalised against Birmingham. And it's Stockport 1, Birmingham 1. And I actually predicted, I'm sure I did, I predicted Stockport 1, Birmingham 1. At the minute, with 78 minutes played, it's Stockport 1, Birmingham 1. Oh, I like it when it goes well so far. Wickham are still winning 1-0. So we're okay with the Wickham game. Northampton 0, Stevenage 0, Mansfield 2, Bolton 1. There's no way on earth I was going to bet on that one. That was far too difficult to bet on. That really could have gone either way, and still could go either way. To be quite honest, it's Mansfield are are really just about running this one. It's 83 minutes. I think they've got the abilities to keep ahead there. There's been another goal at Cambridge, and it's gone the right way for me. It's Cambridge 1, Reading 3, and that just puts me in a little bit more. I can keep this Leeds game going a little bit longer now, as long as Exeter don't score against Wickham. It's Burton 2, Peterborough United 2, and I did think Peterborough would have enough here to beat Burton, but they haven't been doing so well. So they seem to have come back. They're more than what they are. They have the abilities to win this one, Peterborough, and it does look from the stats like they could do. And Rotherham has scored. It's Lincoln City 0, Rotherham United 1, and all of a sudden we seem to be getting a couple of goals here. And Leyton Orient have scored. It's Bristol Rovers 2, Leyton Orient 3. So Bristol have scored and Leyton have scored. And Peterborough have scored. It's Burton Albion 2, Peterborough 3. And the goals are going in. They got everywhere except for Leeds United. Come on. Oh dear me. Shall we go into the Championship? It's Barnsley 2, Wrexham 1. West Brom 3, Preston 1. Sheffield Wednesday 4, Derby 1. Portsmouth 4, Swansea 0. Ouch! That's 7 goals, isn't it? They won them 3. They scored 3 against them last time, just a few weeks ago. Now they scored 4 against them. Luton 0, Norwich 1. 10-man Cardiff 0. 10-man Cardiff 1, Coventry 1. Leeds 0, Blackburn 0. Come on, let's have a goal in that one. Burnley 0, Stoke 0. I'm going to have to make a decision on this one. I'm going to have to make a decision. Let's have a look. What's the early payout for this? 38p? You can't drop it to 38p. Why is it dropped to 38? Oh, Exeter has scored. That's why. I left it too long. Exeter has scored. and that's dropped me right at the bottom. See, that's what happens when you bet on football, isn't it? It's a good job I only put £1 on, isn't it? Never mind. All's fair in love and war. It was 48 to 1 on purpose, wasn't it? Let's face it, it was 48 to 1 on purpose. Can't believe that. That's absolute. I was looking at that one and thinking Exeter's the only one that's really bloody close, isn't it? And Exeter have indeed equalised at Wycombe, and it's there's now very little time left down there. Wycombe 1, Exeter 1. 88 minutes. 87 minutes at Mansfield. Let's have a quick look at Mansfield.
So, yeah, decent players to bring on. I didn't think they had that much on the bench, though. I think that it's pretty much drained the talent pool. They do have a big squad, though. About 34, 35.
Oh, Patrick Bamford has one off target there. And they're just not getting any on target. Leeds are just not getting any shots on target at all. What did I say? Anyway, I said Leeds 3, Blackburn 1. It looks destined for a 0-0 at the minute.
Anyway, I'll take another look at this, but
and Nonto has a shot, and that's off target. And Leeds United are just not doing very well.
another corner kick comes in, headed away again, this time by Britain. Shot from Nonto, and that's drilled just wide. Look good off his boot, but
they've got to drill it on target, not wide. So that's that one. Mansfield now on. They've just lost it in attack, so Bolton can come away with that one with Metet. Two. Yeah. A yellow card each there. A little bit of a tussle there, and one. A yellow card's handed out to both players, one from each side. Fair enough. 9th yellow card of the game. Ouch. I mean, how many? Let's just look at the lineups. It'll show me on the lineups. Right. So we've got 3 yellow cards for Mansfield. 1 for Lee Gregory, 1 for McLaughlin, and 1 for Cargill. And on the Bolton side, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Santos, Cogley, Schoen, and Williams. So the 2 that have just got it aren't on yet. So, there's 9 yellow cards in this game. 89 minutes. It's Mansfield winning 2-1. As Mansfield, and he loses it and he gets it back again. And Bowie has a shot, loses it, gives it back to Bowie, has another shot, and that time it bounces off. And it's 5 minutes extra time now. 89 minutes, and it's 5 minutes extra time for in Mansfield. Mansfield 2. And it does look like it's more than likely going to be a Mansfield win. This Mansfield 2, Bolton 1. We have a look at the Rotherham game. 14 shots for Rotherham, 8 on target, just 1 goal. I mean, that is awful. Lincoln City started well, 7 shots, 3 on target, and those 3 on target I think were in the first couple of minutes. So Lincoln started the better side. At the minute they're still possession-wise on top. However, they're just not getting very far. It's 4 minutes extra time at Lincoln City. 3 minutes left to go there. It's quite close now at Mansfield. It's getting quite hair-raising. 9 yellow cards at Mansfield. 4 yellow cards to Mansfield, 5 to Bolton. A little bit of a tussle just now, where one yellow card to either side at the same time. So a little bit getting a little bit argumentative now. But we're not. It's not over till the fat lady sings, as Wayne tries attacking down the right-hand side for Mansfield. And Mansfield are Leeds.
Yeah, I think he gets his toe just there first, doesn't he?
Leeds have a penalty.
About to strive for that striker's goal.
It looks like Leeds have a penalty. That's come too late for me because Wickham have let one in. Oh, and Mansfield. Oh, Mansfield nearly get on the end of a bad back pass there, but they just don't quite do anything with it. And Reed can try and push now for Mansfield back from the back half, and they nearly did nearly got in there.
Joseph wins the free kick as much as anything else. It might be touch and go about it, but the way that Haim's gone in there, it's like
So here we go. We're going to wait for the penalty kick for Leeds, as Mansfield are now in the attack again. It doesn't look to me like Mansfield are gonna and goal for Leeds. Goal for Leeds. I've got to quickly and a goal for Wycombe Wanderers. And I have to look at my it's now got a cash out of £7.73. Do I cash out with Leeds United? 88 minutes. Oh my God, what do I do? Do I cash out on £7.68? It's going down. It's £7.71 now. It's a case of Reading are winning 3-1, so that's now being paid out. West Brom's been paid out. That's 3-1, so I'm winning on that one. Wickham are 2-1 up against Exeter, and they've come back into it. Crawley's null and void because that's cancelled. £7.88 now. The more I leave it, the more it goes up, and the more it wants me to just keep on in there. I think Leeds will win. Wickham is a good chance. I'm going to leave it till after this game. I'm going to keep it. God only knows why I'm doing this. I don't think. Should I let these odds roll on to the Middlesbrough game tonight? I could win £25, or I could lose £1. Does Blackburn have a shot? Oh, it's off target though. And tell you what, they're not giving in. Blackburn, they're certainly pushing it. And Burnley have had a man sent off. It's 10-man Burnley 0, Stoke City 0, 10-man Cardiff 1, Coventry 1, Leeds United 1, Blackburn 0. Blackburn have equalised. No, Blackburn have equalised, and I just have to cash out on that. £1.94. I'm cashing out. Yeah. I'm cashing out on that one. How annoying is that? I lost £5 there. But at least I made a little bit of a profit. How could they do that to me? It's Leeds United 1, Blackburn 1, and they scuppered it for me at the last minute. What a pain in the neck. How could Leeds do that to me? Burnley, 10-man Burnley nil, Stoke City nil, 10-man Coventry 1, 10-man Cardiff 1, Coventry 1, Leeds 1-1 with Blackburn, Luton Town 0, Norwich City 1, Sheffield Wednesday 4, Sheffield Wednesday 4, Derby County 2. I have to now swap. I have to swap now because otherwise I'm going to be losing the different scores. So Barnsley 2, Wrexham 1. Bristol Rovers 2, Leyton Orient 3. Burton Albion 2, Peterborough 2. Oh, that was 3. So Peterborough, the Peterborough goal must have been disallowed. Cambridge 1, Reading 3. That has now finished. Northampton 0, Stevenage 0, Stockport 1, Birmingham 1, and Wickham 1. Wickham 2, Exeter 1. We can now go with our other. We can now go with our scores from. We move to Sky now because Sky is a lot easier to do when we look at the scores as they come in. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to quickly whisk away. So Championship, today we have Plymouth Argyle 2, Bristol City 2. We have QPR 2. QPR 3, Watford 1. We have Millwall 0, Oxford 1. Trying to wait for the other scores to start coming in now. It's Burnley 0, Stoke 0. That's about to finish. Cardiff 0, Cardiff 1, Coventry 1 is full time. Leeds 1, Blackburn 1 is about to finish. About 3 minutes left on there. Luton Town 0, Norwich 1, Portsmouth 4. That's a result. Portsmouth 4, Swansea 0 is a result. Sheffield Wednesday 4, Derby County 2 is still playing. West Brom 3, Preston 1 is full time. 2 games tonight: Hull City, Borough, and Sunderland, Sheffield United. Into League One, we have Barnsley 2, Wrexham 1, and that's a full-time result. Mansfield 2, Bolton 1 is a full-time result. Well done, Roy. Lincoln City 0, Rotherham 1 is a surprise win for my side. So well done, Millers fans who went to Lincoln City. Blackpool 1, Shrewsbury Town 1. And what a surprise for Shrewsbury Town there. Managing to get a point there. Bristol Rovers 2, Leyton Orient 3, Burton 2, Peterborough 2. That includes one disallowed goal, and that's just amazing, isn't it? So thank you to Julius Silicone B for subscribing. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it, and enjoyed watching. back to here. Cambridge 1, Reading 3. Tonight postponed was Crawley, Charlton. We said Rotherham, we said Mansfield, Northampton 0, Stevenage 0, Stockport 1, Birmingham 1. Cancelled was Wigan, Huddersfield, and Wycombe 2, Exeter 1. Let's have a look at the people who we know will replay this and have a quick look at it. We'll have a look at the tables. Wycombe Wanderers are actually top because obviously Birmingham were held to a 1-1 draw, quite surprisingly. And we've got Wycombe first with 50 points. We've got Birmingham second with 50 points. However, they've got a game in hand over Wycombe. They've also got 2 games in hand over the third place team, which is Wrexham. Wrexham are third with 48 points. Huddersfield are fourth with 43 points, 5 points behind, but they have 2 games in hand and could quite easily be putting Wrexham into 4th position. And then we have a gap. If we assume that Huddersfield win at least one of their games in hand, we're going to be seeing at least somewhere between 6 and 9 point gap between 4th place and 5th place Reading. Reading in 5th with 40 points. Barnsley still in 6th, 39 points. Stockport in 7th, 38. Then we see a 4-point gap then, and we start seeing the teams that have been starting to pull up from behind. Orient in 8th, Mansfield in 9th, Bolton in 10th, Charlton in 11th, strangely enough, and they do seem to be slightly improving quite a bit. Then we'll have a look at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we'll choose the bottom third. We have 17th Rotherham United with 27 points. We have Peterborough 18th with 25. We then have the points drop quite quickly then because you've got Northampton in 19th with 23, Bristol Rovers in 20th with 22, Crawley then with 20 points in 21st, Shrewsbury Town now 22nd with 17 points, Cambridge United 23rd with 17 points, and Burton are bottom with 14. At the minute, it's looking rather grim for the likes of Burton, although they have been playing and improving their football just a little bit as over the last few weeks, actually. Cambridge United, we know, have had a good section there. They won 2 in a row, and everybody's thinking that they've got it. They've got it. They know how to. They've gelled. They've suddenly been able to play football, and then they played rubbish. Where did it go? They played so well for a short period of time. Shrewsbury Town, they've showed today that they can actually play some good football, but they just need to be able to do it on a more longer term, don't they? Because it's you're just playing it for a short period. Crawley, I don't know what to think about Crawley. They play great for about 30-40 minutes, and they just it's the other half of the game that they don't play well in. We're seeing a few teams just being able to knock them off of their pedestal in that half the game that they don't play well in, and then just hold back and make sure that the Crawley don't score in that little bit of a period they play well in. They could see themselves staying in that bottom 4. At the minute, the only teams that could replace Crawley are Bristol Rovers, Northampton, Peterborough, Rotherham, possibly Wigan. I can't see Blackpool dropping back into it. Can't see Stevenage dropping into it. Certainly can't see Exeter dropping into it. Although they have to improve that defence. And then you're in the top half. So, yeah, it's been a good... I've enjoyed it today. Please do like and subscribe if you're watching on replay. Thanks to the subscriber we did get, Silicon Bee. Thank you very much. And we shall be doing more now that I'm feeling a little bit better. Not too much, though. And it's John Esser Sports Channel. Over and out for one more game day. Thank you very much. Thank you for the subscriber.